Welcome. I'm your guy, B period.
Hey family, I'm Tarsha.
Well, we decided to sit together and briefly discuss our experience at the Podcast Summit 2023 down in Miami, Florida, this past Saturday and Sunday, July 30th and 31st.
Sunday and Monday.
Oh, my bad. Sunday and Monday, July 30th and 31st. We just wanted to kind of share our thoughts on the event, how much we enjoyed it, what we learned real quick. So I'll let you start.
Okay, so tell me what were some of your takeaways from the podcast summit?
My takeaways from the podcast summit. Oh my gosh, this is an interview, huh? Okay. Well, some of the takeaways I got were, for me, I'm not a strong social media person. So the ideas that were presented related to social media and how you can use your content and viral things in order to better promote your content. Those things I thought were really, really interesting, and some of the things that I really wanted to try and improve. My other big takeaway was the lighting and how important lighting can be to improving your content. So for me, those are the takeaways. Oh, no, I got one more. The trademark issues that were discussed by RJ Pierce. I believe that's their name. RJ Pierce is the law firm. So the things that she brought to the table related to the trademark issues and how those things can go. I was really impressed by that as well. So those would be my big three takeaways. What about you?
So my takeaways were number one, it's very important to be in the room. That's first. And I know it's a broad takeaway, but it was really impressive to see a room full of over 700 people, an event that was put on by David Shands. Shout out to David Shands and Donnie Wiggins and that entire team. And for us, because we are Black people, for people that look like us,
Yeah.
for people that look like us to be in a room full of us for the most part, that was incredible. Another big takeaway for me was also on the social media stand. While I know I'm a little stronger than my hubby here in social media, but it gave me more game on how to not necessarily go viral, but to help grow my podcast and what to do, what steps to take in social media, especially YouTube, because each of these platforms is its own game, its own algorithm, and so they really were able to dive into that. Another takeaway was how to monetize. I appreciate them giving different ways how to monetize your podcast, things I had never even considered or thought of, or things that I don't even, well, didn't know how to do. And just giving me more confidence to continue to go forward. And another big thing, another big takeaway was consistency. You hear that all the time, but one of the biggest things that every single speaker had in common was just that consistency. They went from their cell phone cameras in their living rooms, at the dining room tables, to what they have grown to be. And one thing is that they never stopped, period. So those were my takeaways from the podcast summit.
Definitely. I mean, consistency in general is the key to any success. So whether you're doing a podcast, whether you got a food truck, whether you have a lawn care business, whether you have whatever business you have, the key to growing that business is showing up. Whatever day you're supposed to be there, you got to be there. Rain, shine, whatever, depending on your business, you got to be there. And any kind of success is going to be pivotal to your consistency and being there when people expect you to show up. So that theme was certainly a theme that ran throughout the conference. Again, if you know anything about business, that's a theme that any business can tell you. The moment you stop showing up for your customers is the moment you start losing your customers. So that consistency is always going to be key.
So, B period. Let me ask you now, after attending the podcast summit, tell me one thing that you think that you're going to start doing differently.
The biggest thing that I'm going to start doing differently is content and working to make sure my content looks better. That's going to be my first step.
Okay. Okay. Um,
What about you? What's the thing you're going to change immediately?
Immediately. Okay, so I'm being very transparent here. One thing that I have always struggled with is consistency, which is why that running theme throughout the entire 2 days, it was kind of like a you know a check for me, and a very like a self. What's the word I'm looking for when you
Self-reflection.
yeah, self-reflection moment. Like, girl, get your life together and stop being inconsistent. So that is one of the things I'm going to make sure that I do. I'm going to show up no matter what. Something that B period always tells me, and I have told other people, my only job is to show up.
That's it, man. All you can
That's
do is
it.
show up, man. You can't guarantee nothing else.
Can't guarantee anything else.
But you
But
can be there.
I can be there. So I am going to show up, and we'll see where the Adoption Journey podcast goes. The extreme hip hop classes that I also teach, and we'll see where it goes. Anything else you want to leave the people with? Any parting words?
Any parting words? No. Just make sure you go check out A Brother with Questions. Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I think those are all the platforms we're using now. But A Brother with Questions, just make sure you go check it out.
And make sure you go check out the Adoption Journey podcast on all platforms and anywhere that you listen to your podcast. We want to thank you for joining us. I want to coin us right now as the podcast power couple, period. So every time you see us together, that's what we are. And from time to time, we'll come together like this.
Sure. Anytime. Anytime you want the truth.
Anytime you want the truth. All right. So until next time, we out, family.
Love y'all. B period, man.